Join me in episode 15, where we check out a few natural wonders as we drive across British Columbia.
Hey, is Dave there?
So we're on our way to a new adventure. As you can see, I've got my sidekick Dodie with me. I'm on my own this time. You will have seen her before in our Kelowna video where we went to the Blue Hawk mine and the West Kelowna burn and did a bit of a mountain adventure there. So where are we going now? We're going out to the west coast. We're going to go to the island, out to Victoria, and do a bit of fishing. I'm going to pick my son up in Victoria. We're going to go and try for halibut and salmon. It is late in the season, so we'll see how that goes. And what I've also learned is you never waste a trip. So on the way, we're going to go and try and see a really nice natural hot spring, somewhere south of Revelstoke. And we're going to go squatching. So I've got a little surprise for you as part of this video as well. Right now we're in Lake Louise. Getting a bit of traffic. That's a bit unfortunate in the middle of the video. You can see Temple Mountain behind me, which is one of the iconic mountains in this area. And we're going to work our way over to Revelstoke, which is a couple hours out, and go through the mountain passes.
Like many of my adventures, this one involves a significant road trip. Dodie and I start in Calgary over here. We take our intro video by Lake Louise. Then, of course, we have to go through a couple of passes. We end up getting through Golden Glacier National Park. And then ultimately we land in Revelstoke. From Revelstoke, we're going to take Highway 23 south to the end, and it terminates at the Shelter Bay Ferry Terminal. Now, Google says this is a 460 kilometer, 5 hour and 20 minute trip, but it vastly underestimates the abilities of a 1978 Westphalia. And I can tell you it took us about 7 hours to complete this trip, but ultimately I made the ferry on time.
So I'm at Shelter Bay Ferry Point. And apparently it runs across there. It goes outbound, so from Shelter Bay to Galena on the hour and back on the half hour. I can't see the ferry, but it's straight across. Apparently you cross over on the ferry, you go south on the road, on the main road, cross the first river and go left. And that's 11 kilometers up. So we're going to go see if we can find the hot springs. I was just talking to a local gal, and she says there's a bunch of them there, not just one. There's a whole bunch of pools, so I'm excited to see it. She says it's very pretty. Unfortunately, there's not much connectivity here, so I had to talk to locals to get some information on where it was exactly, because I couldn't get all trails working. Now there comes the ferry. I can see it moving. Here we go. I'm going to have to go up and get into my car soon. So here's the ferry. It's a small one, but they can still take a fair number of people. There's big trucks coming on this. Probably 20 or 30 vehicles. So here we go, we're on our way. Going across Arrow Lake. Beautiful day. So there's talk about this road being difficult. I understand that they've done a lot of improvements on it, so in the past it would have been a tough drive. I'm at kilometer 2 right now, so I really don't know if it's going to get much harder, but if it does, I'll be showing it to you. So it looks like we made it. The road was fine all the way. It looked very much like this. There's a few tough hills with some lumpy or washboardy bits, but I only saw one car on the way out, and I guess there's a campsite down below, and we're going to go to the day use area. There appears to be lots of people here, so I'm not sure how much footage I'll get, but I'll definitely take some. And there's a trail down right over here to the river, and there should be a chain shack down there. So the trail down isn't too far. If you look through the trees, you can see the river. The hot spring pools are all built around the river from what I gather. So it's kind of a cool walk down. Got my Crocs. Good water shoes if you don't have true water shoes. Let's go see what it looks like. Beautiful stairs. They did a great job with them. Look at them snake back and forth. And another set. Look at these. It's impressive.
It's a healthy walk down, but with the stairs and handrails, it's not too bad. At the bottom, there's some facilities. Here's the main pool with a men's and women's changing facility there. Very basic. Some outhouses if you need them. And in this next shot, you're going to see two of the three main pools. These are situated right outside the change facility. They're always populated. But if you're willing to venture a little farther afield, you'll find all sorts of little pools that people have made that are also natural hot springs. They're abundant in this area, and they all sit on the banks of the Halfway River. So you get this beautiful scenery, the sound of a mountain river crashing by, and a lovely natural hot spring. It's super cool.
So if you come down here, below the three main hot springs, there's these three little ones along the rock wall, and you can see the hot springs coming out of the rock. So you're getting the absolute warmest hot springs of the group. I'm going to get into one and see if I can handle it. Maybe that end one.
Now, unfortunately, my mic didn't work here, but I'll just tell you what I was saying. And that is, these series of hot springs along the rock are all quite hot, very hot in fact. And even the one I'm in is incredibly hot, and I can't explain that because as you get close to the river, they should be cooling down. But I think the springs are coming right out of the rocks all along this wall, so you have to definitely check how hot that spring is going to be. Now, I'm also saying that it's a great spot to get a private hot spring soak if you want. Even though there was 10 or 15 people up in the main hot springs, there was nobody down here. I recorded myself doing this, and the last thing I guess I was saying is, it's so hot I'm going to take a dunk in the river.
Well, here goes nothing. I'm going in. Woo!
And even the wildlife seem to be visiting hot springs today. Here's a nice picture of a garter snake that I caught and released, and of course a woolly bear.
So, Halfway Hot Springs. Beautiful spot, fairly busy, but there's privacy if you look for it.
As with all adventures, I need to shut this one down and get on the road. After all, I had some caves to find, but I did bump into Mason along the way. Mason is one of my first subscribers, and Mason, I hope you're still watching, and if you are, I hope you're doing well. To get to the next destination, I had to backtrack all the way to the Trans-Canada Highway. Then I spent the night in Kamloops, just parked and camped out in Doty, and then I worked my way down to Hope, BC. This is where the Squatch adventure starts. To get to the next part of the adventure, of course, it's on private property. So you have to go to the Holiday Hotel and sign in at the little A-frame office. The owners, the managers, I think they're one and the same, are lovely people. They'll show you how to get to the caves and how to get to the trailhead. And then up you go.
So here we are in beautiful Hope, BC. We're going to try something. I told you it would be squatchy. And we're going to the Sasquatch Caves. Now you have to go and sign in at a hotel. It's private property. But they're very accommodating and super friendly. And if you need a spot to stay, it looks very cool. And if you follow the orange arrows, you get to go on a cave adventure.
I'm always one for wildlife, and this is something distinct to BC you don't see in Alberta. It's banana slugs. I think that's what they're called. The great big slugs are out on their own. Beautiful things. I'm going to move this guy off the trail. will get squashed. Look at the size of that. That's just, oh, it's rather lazy today. It's as big as my finger.
So here we are at Sasquatch Caves. Now I said it was going to be squatchy, and I use the term loosely. Squatch hunting is something that my family and I use as a bit of a metaphor for searching for things that can't be found. Think like Oak Island, right? Classic example. But in this case, it truly is squatchy. This is the Sasquatch Caves. There's a main entrance here. I believe there's an entrance up top. But first, I have a treat. I dug around and found my old caving outfit. It's over 30 years old. Let's see if we can get this to fit. Oh yeah, look it! Still fits perfectly. Old Pinky is still good. I'm going to use this for caving from now on. Well, here we go. I wonder if we're going to be in a tourist trap where this is it, or whether there's more to it than just this opening. Oh, alright, look at that. That's pretty cool. There's a small pinch point there. On a higher level, let me get down. Take a look here. So it's deeper than I thought. This is definitely not a little pothole, hole in the wall cave. There's a big branch way over to the left and way over to the right. We're going to chase up this one and see. If you look at the ceiling here, if you look at the ceiling behind me, it feels like this is kind of a loose conglomerate type stuff. There's a lot of bouldery stuff all smashed together, which makes it really quite interesting if you look at the rock material. So let's go up and see what we can find on the right branch. If you're into caving, some of the tight squeezes won't unnerve you at all. They're quite easy to get through. And in the main cave, there's spots that you can go in where you don't need to squeeze through a narrow section, if that makes you nervous. So we did come out on top and work my way back down. There's another branch in this cave that we can check out, but we need to get down first somehow, right to the beginning. I think it's around the corner. Where is it? Ah, there's my stuff. Popped out about 100 feet to the west, or to the south, I guess. So, the Sasquatch Caves, a great place to come and visit. I spent an hour in here, only got through probably half of it. It's easily a 2-hour adventure. I'd recommend coming in. You can do an hour, come out, have a break in this little amphitheater. If you've got kids, it's kid-friendly. Maybe more kid-friendly than adult-friendly. Some of those pinch points the kids can get through easily. Adults, you might be more nervous and want to stay to the main areas. Everything exits back out into this general area, so you're fairly safe that way. And it is an enjoyable place. I recommend coming and doing it. It also gets you to stop at a beautiful little town on the Trans-Canada, Hope, BC, and maybe have a bite to eat, do the Sasquatch Caves, and enjoy the perfect scenery of this town. So there you have it, Sasquatch Caves. Now, I was just talking to the owners, lovely people, and they told me 2 really interesting facts. Sasquatch Caves is part of the Rambo movie, where he jumps and kills the pig with a knife.
And across the road, and I didn't go to this cave, that's the cave where he was living in, and they eventually blasted him out of there. So this is where they shot a lot of the Rambo movie. Now, something else that's really interesting too is Hope Springs, which I think is a YouTube type show, is also shot here. So some local fame to where we're at right now. It's amazing that part of Rambo was shot right in that cave and in this area. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to get myself changed out of old Pinky. Going to have a little bit of a snack, and I'm going to work my way to Vancouver for our next adventure. I'm going to be picking up my son Sullivan, and we're going to do a little fishing on the island. I hope you join us for that.
Please like and subscribe if you want to keep the adventures rolling. Dave's not home, man.